What's up, guys? So, this is a sad story. This happened the other day in Canada, one of the most gun controlled countries in the entire world, other than a few others like Australia and Great Britain. But this proves the point to where gun control does not work. What we need to do is quite literally start taking care of the people who have mental illness. We need to open up asylums again. We need to get these people the legitimate help they need, or things like this will keep happening. Okay? 9 children at this school gone. And I believe 25 others, and this is from when I watched news reports yesterday. So this is a whole other day. Okay. Now, the news media is getting blasted. Not just the news media, several news medias are getting blasted because they called him the gun person. They didn't want to. They didn't want to mention that he was a dude pretending to be a woman. They didn't want to mention the fact that he has mental illness. That they want to put all the blame on other people other than the individual who did all of this. So we're gonna get into this. But yeah, Jesse Vaughn Seller on a shooting gun rampage at Tumbler Ridge Secondary School where he killed 6 people and injured 25. So, okay, 6. The news report I saw said 9, so maybe this is a little updated. This is Sky Australia News, so they do tend to tell the truth about events that happen everywhere, at least in other countries. Wow. Killed his mother and stepbrother, earlier the residents in the sleepy town of Rumbler Ridge. Wow. Yeah, the gender of the shooter. Yeah, they didn't even really want to say anything. This dude.
Deceased gun person.
Look, like, who's he staring at? Like, I watched Crowder the other day on this, and it's like, who is this dude looking at? He's literally looking at over someone, and he's like, well, oh crap, okay. If I don't say the right thing, I'm gonna get in trouble. You should tell the truth. If you get fired for telling the truth, then who cares?
And then separately, do you know the gun person's relationship to
Gun person. Yep. This dude, known to authorities.
Police had attended that residence on multiple occasions over the past several years, dealing with concerns of mental health with respect to our suspect. I can say that
With respect to your suspect, I'm sorry, but you know what? The dead babies. I know they're not babies, but I'm a father. Those children are gone. Fuck the respect of the person who killed his own mother and his stepbrother. Okay? And everyone else is like, well, he is not a he, he's a she. I don't care. I don't care. Ended children's lives. Why? Because either they didn't feel comfortable in their own skin or they're getting made fun of. That's life. Okay? I spent my whole life getting made fun of, and you know what? I'm perfectly fine.
on different occasions, the suspect was apprehended for assessment
Huh.
and follow up.
Clearly not good enough. It was trans. It'd be much different story.
Very, very horrific violent crime involving multiple victims. Instantly,
Now this one says 10 dead. I wonder which one's actually correct.
This probably isn't a woman. We'll be careful about this. But they didn't do that.
It's a transsexual individual, a man who wants to be a woman.
But we know if it was a victim who was trans, because we understand this is a 15-year-old boy who identifies as a girl, gun crazy. If it had been a trans victim,
Gun crazy? Just because someone likes guns does not mean they're gun crazy. Okay? Like, you don't see like Pokemon enthusiasts or car enthusiasts or painting enthusiast or book enthusiast being called book crazy or any of that other kind of stuff. But of course, because a gun is like a tool that is used for defense, which I mean, yes, it does kill people, and yes, that is the entirety of the goal of you having one, which is to defend yourself from people who are trying to kill you and your family. That's the point of a firearm, which is why I'm one of those preponderant people who is totally for everyone having a gun, everyone being trained, everyone knowing the right way to handle and use a gun, and the responsibilities of so.
Tim, they'd have talked non-stop about
It's kind of like Spider-Man. With great power comes great responsibility.
The killing of Brianna Jai, who was a boy, who was living as if he was a girl, was treated as a girl by his parents, and he was killed. He was not targeted for being gay, but most of the media reports go on and on and on about this trans killing because he was trans identified, but they ignore it when it's the perpetrator.
Yeah, it's evil. That's evil as all hell. Like, you're gonna kill babies. Probably Starbuck. And I was right again. The mass shooter from the last night in Canada was transgender, which, funny thing is, majority of every single mass shooter has been a transgendered individual, male or female, doesn't freaking matter, and or a gang member. But that's what society, and that's what, like, you know, Moms Against Guns and all these other like pro against gun freaking like groups and shit are trying to do. They're trying to make it easier for people to be invaded and taken over. Kind of like actually Canada, where there's a whole section where they took their guns, and then soon after that, you know what they did? They took their homes, and now they're giving it to the indigenous people there. All those people who bought homes and property and all that. Goodbye. Yep, 10 killed and 20 plus more wounded. Pure evil. It is. Like, only an evil person wants to, like, hurt children. Yes. Can kids be mean? Yes. But the individual was relatively almost a grown adult. Could anti-trans MAGA people kindly shut up about the Tumblr Ridge shooting? See, that whoever that lady was, fuck her. Blame conservatives for the school shooting tragedy, even though it's not the conservatives' fault. It's lefty, liberal Democrats. See, Maple MAGA. What is that? The blame goes on to other people. See what I mean? They're literally like these people need to start being held accountable for the words that they're using and saying, because like literally you're blaming a whole group of people who had nothing to do with this. Yep, I would agree with that. See, that I would agree with. Like, the hate that they keep spewing towards a whole other side, because it's one side that's spewing the hate. It's not like the conservatives or, you know, Republicans or any of that, right? Which, granted, I grew up in the 90s and I know how controlling those people were. And I mean, I'm not whole control and all that. I believe in freedom, but I also believe in the rule of law and treating adults like adults and young adults like adults. Okay, if you do a specific crime like this, you're treated as an adult, no matter what state or country you're in, or whatever mental stability you want to use as an excuse. If you're gonna use them as they're mentally ill, put them where they can't hurt nobody then. And if that has to be in prison or in a mental asylum, there you go. But this is why, you know, it's ridiculous on gun control, because they're not gonna put dangerous, evil people away because, oh, that's not fair. But they'll take your right and my right to be able to defend ourselves from criminals that they're not even locking up. Make it make sense, guys. Make it make sense.